the Gauracharya. Nirvisheshwana Pashyadi Desarne, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivadari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji's Mataji's. So we are reading from 4964. Okay. I recited one verse, Yonta Pravishya. This is the first verse spoken by Dhruva Maharaj. We are discussing Dhruva Maharaj pastimes now in this fourth canto, 8th chapter, 9th chapter. So Uttanapada's son, he has got two wives. One is, her name is Suniti, and other name is Suruchi. So now the background of this verse is talking about where Dhruva Maharaj is coming back home after severe austerity done for 6 months. And he had the darshan of the Lord, and he was able to pray to the Lord, and he was able to get mercy from the Lord. And he becomes a pure devotee of the Lord. So within 6 months, see how much endeavor he did, how much austerity he did, That's what we are going to see and discuss. And that is very important for our own devotions. हमारा भक्ति के लिए ये जानना जरूरी है. ठीक है. So let us read the verse. 4964. वाप्य वैडूर्य सोपनाः पद्मोत्पलकुमुद्वतिः अंशाकारन्दव कुलैर्जुष्टश्चत्र वहा sarasaihi. Word meaning, Mataji? Little up. Yes. Vapyaha. Vapyaha. Lakes. Vaidurya, emerald. Sopanaha, staircases. Padma, houses. Utpala, blue houses. Umuta, vatihi, full of lilies. Hamsa, swans. Karandava, ducks. Kulaihi, by flocks of Jushtaha, inhabited. Chakralavaha, by Chakravakas, geese. Sarasaihi, and by cranes. The translation and purport by Zivan Grace, Easy Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. There were emerald staircases which led to lakes full of variety, by various colorly lotus flowers and lilies, and swans, karandavas, chakravakas, cranes, and similar other valuable birds were visible in these lakes. So here, purport. It appears that not only the palace was surrounded by compounds and gardens with varieties of trees, but there were all man-made lakes also, where the water was full of many colored lotuses and lilies. And to get down the lakes, there were staircases made of valuable jewels, such as emeralds. By the beautifully portioned garden houses, there were many important, luxuriant birds, such as swans, chatravakas, kandandavas, and cranes. These birds generally do not live in filthy places like crows. The atmosphere of the city was very healthy, beautiful. You can simply imagine from this description. Next verse, 4965. Okay. So, Uttanapado Rajarishi Prabhavam Tanayasya Tam Shutva Drushtvanu Adbhutatmam Prepede Vishmayam Param. Uttanapad, King Uttanapad, Rajarishi, great saintly king, Prabhava, influence, Tanayasya, of his son, Tam, that Shrutva, hearing, Drishtva, seeing, Adbhuta, wonderful, Tamam, in superlative degree, Prepede, happily felt, Vishmayam, wonder, Param, supreme. The saintly Uttanapada, hearing of the glorious deeds of Dhruva Maharaj, and personally seeing how influential and great he was felt very satisfied. For Dhruva's activities were wonderful to the supreme degree. When Dhruva Maharaj was in the forest, executing his austerities, his father Uttanapada heard everything about his wonderful activities. Although Dhruva Maharaj was son of a king and was only 5 years old, he went to the forest and executed devotional service under strict austerity. Therefore, his acts were all wonderful, and we came back home. Naturally, because of his spiritual qualification, he became very popular amongst the citizens. He must have performed many wonderful activities by the grace of Lord. No one is more satisfied than the father of a person who is credited with glorious activities. Maharaj Uttanapada was not an ordinary king. He was a Rajarishi, saintly king. Formerly, this earth was ruled by the one saintly king only. Kings were trained to become saintly, and therefore they have no other concern except the welfare of the citizens. These saintly kings were properly trained, as mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita also. The science of God and the yoga system of devotional service, known as Bhagavad Gita, was spoken to the saintly king of the sun planet, and gradually descended through the Kshatriya kings who were generated from the sun and the moon. If the head of the government is saintly, certainly the citizens become saintly and they're happy because their spiritual and physical needs and hankerings are satisfied. Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Purport की जय. So ये उनका बैकग्राउंड देखना बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि ध्रुव महाराज को एक दिन वो उत्तानपादा का दो दो वाइफ्स है, सुनीति एंड सुरुचि. वो एक दिन क्या हुआ, सुनीति माता ध्रुव महाराज को उनके फादर के पास जाना था, तो इसलिए तो वो गया पैलेस. उधर जाके बैठने के लिए कोशिश किया और देखा है उधर उत्तमा बैठ रहे हैं गोद में बैठ रहे हैं. सो इसलिए उसको एक गोद में बैठ रहे हैं, दूसरा गोद में बैठने के लिए ये गया. उधर प्लीज माताजी प्रभुजी, आई एम ट्राइंग टू स्पीक इन हिंदी. आई एम अ मद्रासी, आई डोंट नो हिंदी वेरी वेल, सो आई विल स्पीक इन कचड़ा हिंदी, प्लीज टॉलरेट. ओके, हरे कृष्णा. सो there is anything I have insulted you, please forgive me for that, because you are all Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis. I should not insult you because I don't know the grammar of Hindi. Please forgive me. So what has happened? So this the Dhruva Maharaj, he goes and goes to the palace and he wants to sit in the lap of his father. Naturally, any child, for 5 year, 5 साल का बच्चा है, उसको तो प्यार तो होता है ना फादर के साथ. ओ फादर इतना बड़ा किंग है, सो गोद में बैठेंगे तो उत्तमा बैठ रहे हैं, हम भी बैठना है, हमको भी हक है. So he has also got the right to go and sit. So he goes and sits, and moment he goes and sits, Suruchi Mata was very upset. She threw him out from the palace. सब देख रहे हैं, सब लोग देख रहे हैं. Suruchi Mata was very, 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 very hard, very offensive. She threw him out from the boat and she told him, you go to the forest, अब वन जाओ, उधर जाके तपस करो और भगवान का प्रयत्न करो, भगवान का प्रार्थना करो. मेरा स्टमक में आना चाहिए, मेरा womb should come and then you are eligible to sit in the father's lap. ऐसा जाओ. सो इसलिए ऐसा भेज के भेजा है. सो ध्रुवा वाज वेरी वेरी अपसेट बिकॉज उनका तो क्षत्रिय ब्लड में तो बॉयल होता है. क्षत्रिय ब्लड, they always want to fight because that is a natural chivalry. Fighting is a natural because they cannot tolerate the insult. Even Krishna insulted Arjuna. You are important. ये आप तो important है, claimium. You are important. You cannot fight with the people. So वो सब है ना, अर्जुना तो लड़की जैसा था, उसका मन में कुछ नहीं हो रहा था क्योंकि भगवत गीता सुनना था, इसलिए ऐसा. नहीं तो वो उसका ब्लड बॉयल होता है. इसलिए तो अभिमन्यु को खत्म किया वो लोग, उसको बहुत गुस्सा आया. मैं जयद्रथ को आज खत्म करूँ, ऐसा शब्द लिया बिना पूछ के, बिना सोच के. वो क्योंकि क्षत्रिय का ब्लड ऑलवेज बॉयल होता है, क्योंकि उनका ब्लड ऐसा ही होता है क्षत्रिय. सो क्षत्रिय का नेचर ऐसा ही है. सो ध्रुव महाराज वाज वेरी अपसेट एंड देन ही गोज बैक टू हिज मदर एंड हाउ द मदर ट्रीटेड हिम, दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. प्रभुजी's मदर, ये बहुत जरूरी है आपको सुनना है. ये बहुत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है बिकॉज if you don't understand what we are doing, then it is not good. We have to understand Mataji's Prabhuji's. हमको सुनना है ये कैसे उसका माँ संभाल किया. उसको तो बहुत गुस्सा है, वो तो बहुत 5 साल का बच्चा है, उसको तो she has to assuage, she has to pacify the son. How to pacify? She doesn't know because उसको तो भी रिजेक्ट किया ना, वो उतार पता उसको भी रिजेक्ट किया. इसलिए तो she was also offended and she saw her son is also offended. इतना गुस्सा आया, अफेंड नहीं हुआ, उसको तो निकाल दिया ना. वो तो अफेंस तो ले रहे हैं, बाद में तो कृष्णा तो बोल रहे हैं ये अफेंस है. इसकी वजह से सुरुचि माता और उत्तमा को is killed by providence. So that's why very young age they die because of the offense. So even Uttama also becomes a victim. So she saw, वो आया, वो देखा हमारा बच्चा रो रहे हैं. No mother can tolerate it. No mother can tolerate our son crying. No mother, however hard, because mother is our mother. Even father is little bit, but mother को वैसा होता है, उसका बच्चा कभी इवन तो गलती किया है, बट फिर भी उसको दिल हमेशा उसके बाद सोचता है. Always like that. I can see that. This is how it is. So I used to argue with my mother. I used to shout at her and sometimes scream. And उनके बाद भी हमको बोले हैं ये पियो, ये खाओ, ये करो. उसका ऐसा है लव. उसको सुनता ही नहीं मैं कितना डांट रहा हूँ. उसके बारे में सोचता ही नहीं. उसका प्यार ऐसा है. सो मदर का प्यार ऐसे ही होते हैं. सो सुनीति को इतना प्यार है ध्रुवा से. और देखा है हमारा बच्चा इतना डांट के आया. इतना इज कम विथ सो मच ऑफ डिस्गस्ट, frustration, and he's crying, 5-year old boy. Especially small child crying, no mother can tolerate. So she was also crying. She doesn't know what to do, how to mitigate. उसके कैसे ये संभालना है उसको मालूम नहीं है. इसलिए तो पूछ रहे क्या हुआ, ऐसा ऐसा हुआ, ऐसा ऐसा हुआ, मेरे को फेंक दिया नीचे, इसलिए तो मैं इधर आया. बोला है वो सही बोला है. वो बोला है what he told is correct. See how a mother should behave. What Suruchi told is correct. You have to Krishna. Because हमारा हमारा पेट में आया कोई फायदा नहीं है. सूर्य जी का पेट में आना चाहिए. पेट में आएगा तो आपको यू विल गेट रिकग्निशन. सो दैट्स व्हाई यू जाओ और पेनेंस करो. और उसके पहले फर्स्ट इंस्ट्रक्शन शी इज गिविंग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू दिस मदर. यही इंस्ट्रक्शन बहुत बुजुर्ग. सो इसको तो है सब अंदर है. देखो हमारा बच्चा को इतना डांटा. सो शी शुड हैव टोल्ड प्लीज टेक रिवेंज. बट व्हाट शी टोल्ड इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फ्रॉम दिस मदर. ये देखना है बहुत जरूरी. कैसे ध्रुव महाराज क्यों ग्लोरीफाई कर रहे हैं, ध्रुव महाराज को क्यों दर्शन दिया है कृष्णा. कृष्णा का दर्शन करने की जरूरत नहीं है. 6 महीने में दिया है दर्शन. क्योंकि इसके वजह से तो सुनीति की वजह से दिया है. सुनीति क्या किया है. शी इज टेलिंग ब्यूटीफुल वर्स. दीर्घश्वसन्ति 4870. दीर्घश्वसन्ति विचिनीस्य पारम अपाश्यत बालकम अहाबला मम मा मंगलम तात परेश मांस्त भुक्ता जनो यत परा दुःखदर. She also breathing very heavily and she did not know of actual remedy for the painful situation. Not finding any remedy, she said to her son, my dear son, don't wish anything inauspicious. Don't wish anything inauspicious for others. Anyone who inflicts pains upon others himself suffers that pain. So this is very important. Prabhuji's Mataji's ye jana zaruri. One time, Prabhupada was there. One of the devotees, one Prabhupada disciple, usko to, he has fallen down from devotional service. He was wearing jeans, pant, shirt, and all. And he was smoking ganja, whatever it is. He has taken to the drugs again. So one time, he happens to come to कलकत्ता. सो वो कलकत्ता आया था. कलकत्ता आके हेलो हरे कृष्णा हरि बोल. एनीथिंग प्रभु. सॉरी. हरे कृष्णा.
Prabhuji, you can continue, Prabhuji. I think Varun Prabhuji.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. So प्रभुपाद वो डिसाइपल आया, माया कलकत्ता आया. कलकत्ता के टेम्पल में आया. He was wearing pant shirt and all, but he was a drug addict. He has left Krishna conscious. And then he came. He want to join the temple. He want to do devotional service. भक्ति करने के लिए कोशिश किया. And then he was taking prasadam and all everything. Okay? उसका तो प्रसादम दिया, सब कुछ दिया. Or he wants to join the temple. And then वो कलकत्ता प्रेसिडेंट को थोड़ा डर लग रहा है कैसे डील करना है ये. उसका एक्सेप्ट करूंगा नहीं करूं मालूम नहीं. सो फोन किया प्रभुपाद से फोन किया. प्रभुपाद से बात किया. प्रभुपाद नहीं उठाया. तमाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी उनका असिस्टेंट उठाया, सेक्रेटरी. तमाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी को पूछा. तमाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी से आई विल चेक विद प्रभुपाद एंड कम बैक टू यू. ठीक है. सो ही वाज चेकिंग विद प्रभुपाद ऐसा ऐसा है, ये डिवोटी ऐसा आया, ये डिसाइपल आपका डिसाइपल ऐसा आया, बट फिर भी वो दारू पीता है और ये टेक्स गंजा एंड ऑल, ड्रग्स में है, सब कुछ में. वो चैंटिंग नहीं कर रहे हैं, ये कर रहे हैं, ये टेम्पल में आना चाहता है. प्रभुपाद सेड unless he follows the regulatory principles and I cannot allow him. I don't want to pardon him. Okay. I will not allow him to enter the temple. Uh, Tell him that we cannot allow him to enter the temple. ऐसा बोला. He cannot enter the temple. He can stay outside. Whenever he wants to come to the temple, let him come to the temple. And you should not have drugs. You should not take any दारू. ये बहुत जरूरी है. दारू नहीं पीना, ड्रग्स नहीं लेना, ड्रग्स लेके टेम्पल में नहीं आना चाहिए. This is the condition we are putting. Without that condition, he cannot come in and enter the temple if he wants. Okay, Prabhupada said that is the only condition. That he should come. He should not come with drugs or drinking. So ऐसा बोल के and then Prabhupada said, मैं उसको tell him that if he continues like this, I will reject him. उनको मैं रिजेक्ट करूंगा, मैं डिसाइपल नहीं करूंगा, डी इनिशिएट करूंगा. ऐसा बोला. ऐसा बोल के फोन रखा है और मैसेज दे दिया उनको. और उसके बाद कमाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी को पूछना था, प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद अब तो ये इतना घटिया आदमी है, दारू पीता है, ड्रग्स लेता है, उसको तो आप निकाल रहे हैं, डी इनिशिएट. दैट मीन्स यू विल नॉट गिव एनी मर्सी टू हिम. नो नो. हाउ कैन आई रिजेक्ट मर्सी टू दिस लिविंग एंटिटी? He has taken shelter of me. He was chanting 16 rounds. He was a devotee. Now he is not a devotee. But I cannot reject him. Who am I to reject? Nityananda Prabhu has not rejected him. How can I reject him? How can I reject him? I will not reject him. I'm just chastising him. That's all. As a spiritual master, I'm chastising him. I will not reject him. He will go back to Godhead. Which Janma? He has to decide what he wants to do. But I cannot reject him. I will not reject my husband. See, this is the move of the Acharya. He doesn't want to think any inauspicious, even though he was very strict, but इतना compassion. एक दफे हमारा महाराज राजकोट में था, वो प्रोग्राम चल रहा था, संडे का प्रोग्राम, बिग प्रोग्राम है ना, संडे फीस्ट प्रोग्राम, इवनिंग प्रोग्राम चल रहा था. और one of the devotee, he was coming to the temple regularly and he was managing the prasadam and all this. And एक दिन क्या हुआ, वो बहुत दिन से आ रहा था, इसलिए तो उसके बाद भरोसा रख के हमारा गॉड ब्रदर है ना, वो प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ द टेम्पल, वो प्रेसिडेंट नहीं है, पहले महाराज को नीचे सीनियर डिसाइपल, वो क्या किया, उसको कलेक्शन, आज का कलेक्शन आया, वो कलेक्शन सब दिया उसको. उसको बोला ये बीरो में रखो, देन दिस विल बी यूज्ड फॉर द टेम्पल सर्विस. सो कलेक्शन का भेज दिया. वो गया, रूम के गया, रूम जाके वो एक opened the bureau, he opened the door, opened the bureau, and he saw some money was there already. He took that money and this money which was collection for today and disappeared from the temple. He disappeared. And then next night when the disciple, senior disciple came, वापस आया, देखा सब कुछ चला गया, बहुत पैसा चला गया. उसको बहुत गुस्सा आया, सीधा आके महाराज से बोला, महाराज ये आदमी हम इतना घटिया आदमी है, ये पैसा ले लिया, पैसा चोरी करके गया, ये उसको चोरी करना उसका मकसद है, उसके वजह से आया, उसके वजह से डिवोटी का जस्ट लाइक what is the name, he came as a Vatsasura, just like that he is coming, just like a calf demon, Vatsasura came the same way he has come and taken the money from us. Then Maharaj recited this verse. He told, open this Bhagavatam. Open the Bhagavatam. And then he told, Mahamangalam Tat. This living entity has come to Krishna. Some or other he has come to Krishna. We cannot ignore him. Okay, you want to give a police case, you give a police case. That is a different issue. But don't think any inauspicious for it. उसको inauspicious मत सोचो, क्योंकि ये एफर्ट्स करेगा तो जिंदगी भर कृष्णा आवाज नहीं आएगा. You will go into hell millions of lifetimes. And therefore don't think. And then this disciple said, I want to curse him, I want to do this. And no, don't do it. Maharaj said, please, I am praying for him. Maharaj chanted the holy names, extra rounds for that living entity that Krishna should protect him. Dekho, Mahamangalam Tata. He says, don't think any inauspicious for that living entity. He has done the mistake, I know, but don't think any inauspicious. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट प्रभु जी महाराज। इसके वजह से देखिए, ओ सुनीति माता क्या क्या मां मंगलम ताता, शी वाज हर्ट, शी वाज आल्सो a Kshatriyani, she is also come from the Kshatriya dynasty, and son is also suffering, 5-year old. She would have taken revenge, no? If you see Sholay film, ne, Gabbar Singh mein aa raha hu, he will tell, you know. Dharmendra will tell in 1975, this film, you were not born, you people were not born. Sholay film ran for more than 4 years, I think, you know. Even today, if it runs, it will go. I think till today it was running in one theater in Bombay. I think even today, almost 40 years it's running. So, शोले का फिल्म एक शो, शोले फिल्म, वो उसमें तो धर्मेंद्र बोलेगा, उसका अमिताभ बच्चन तो मरवा दिया गब्बर सिंह, इसलिए मैं बदल रहा हूँ. So, Prabhuji's Mataji's, we should not take this revenge. And this is the Bhagavatam competition. Please, 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 मैं विनती करता हूँ. I pray that we should not take any revenge. As a devotee, we may have so many problems, even with our own relatives. Don't think any inauspicious. Let them Krishna protect them. Let Krishna give them sanity so that they become the right path. That's what we can pray. And Maharaj prayed, Ma Mangalam Tata. And this is the mood of Dhruva Maharaj. And because this was given at the young age, ye humko bachao ke dena hai. First, we have to learn from this and we have to give to the children also. This is very much important, Prabhuji's Maharaj. ये cultivate नहीं करेंगे तो बच्चों, they will become like demons because they will take revenge, and that is not a quality of a devotee. Okay? If you want to take revenge, you can take revenge. Then you can पूछेंगे, uh, uh, if Krishna wants, yes, we have to. Krishna wanted to prove that this Kauravas has to be annihilated, and then he fought the big war. And Arjuna said, I don't want to fight as a compassionate Vaishnava. बोल रहा मैं लड़ना नहीं चाहता हूँ. But फिर भी कृष्णा उसको जबरदस्ती बोला अब फाइट करना, क्योंकि कृष्णा wants to establish dharma, because that is the nature of Krishna, and that is the purpose behind Krishna's dharma, because he wants to establish Duryodhana was doing the wrong thing, so he has to be punished. So we have to see which cases it is to be done, which cases not to be done. But anyway, we have to avoid thinking inauspicious for the people who have caused insult, because अब तो हमारा मदर इन लॉ, हमारा फादर इन लॉ, कोई भी चाचा, हमारा फादर मदर सब कुछ इंसल्ट करेगा, डेफिनेटली इंसल्ट तो होता ही रहेंगे. विदाउट इंसल्ट यू कैन नॉट सर्वाइव इन दिस मटेरियल वर्ल्ड. Nobody has escaped. Everybody will be criticized. Forget about you and me. You know? Krishna was criticized as a theft. You know, Shamantaka jewel stealing. उसको तो उसको बोला Shamantaka jewel was stolen by Krishna. And then Satyabhama's father, I forgot his name, Satyaki, told that Krishna has stolen my man because it was kept by Mimi and my brother Prasena was keeping it, and this was stolen by Krishna. Actually, it was taken by Jambavan. He fought with Jambavan and brought the Shamanta Kajal and gave it back to Satyaki. And then again, he was killed again. Krishna, because Krishna asked, let it not be with you, let it go to Ugrasena, because he is the topmost leader, king, who is managing the entire North India, and therefore you should be having it. So it is good because it will produce lot of gold, because it's Samantakajwal. But he refused to give. And then again, after Prasena's kill also, Satyaki was also killed by conspiracy between Akrura and Satwananda. So that is a different, and all the time he was blamed. Second time also he was blamed, and Krishna was blamed. You know, so what to speak? So जिंदगी में ऐसा ही होता है, but फिर भी हमको revenge नहीं लेना, revenge कब नहीं लेना, because माँ मंगलम था, because we should not take in inauspicious, because they are doing in ignorance. We, even our relatives, our families, whoever does, just avoid them, because as a devotee, we should not avoid, we should not take any revenge. इसके एक ही कर सकता है. So इसलिए she, what she did, she moved away from Suruchi. Suruchi was creating problems for Suniti. Suniti decided, now I will not be with my husband. Let me go separate. Even she went separate. And this Dhruva went to have a darshan of his father. उसकी वजह से ऐसा हुआ. So इसलिए मां मंगलम था. This is how it became. And Dhruva Maharaj was, because of this attitude, Krishna gave him darshan. It's not so. And then he did the austerity. Austerity is second part. Austerity तो छोड़ दो. वो तो ऑस्टेरिटी किया, उसकी वजह से कृष्णा दर्शन दिया. बट फिर पहले he did not take revenge. That's a Kshatriya. You should have taken revenge, but he didn't take. Mataji's, Prabhuji's, please listen to this. It is very important for us to understand, So, and then what time? And then now we'll go to the austerity. Bhagavatam says, Prabhupada says, austerity. He did austerity. And then the first verse, 4964, it talks about how the city was of Uttanapada. It was all gold. It was all emerald. It was all staircases made of emerald. It was all very, very palatial, unimaginable, you know. So because various colored lotus flowers and swans and kandavas and chakravas, all pure people were there, and water were very clear, very clear. Water was so clear because transparent, because pure water, and therefore it was wonderful. Swans, cranes, everything was there. It was a golden period, and it was because these things are mentioned, but we have to not get attracted because this is because atmosphere city was healthy and beautiful and can be simply imagined from its description. So Prabhupada says that it is beautiful because it appears that not only a palace surrounded with compound with variety of trees, small lakes also, and water full of many colored lotuses flowers. So that's how it is. So pure. Nowadays we see sub jaga contamination. Delhi mein dakho, this contamination pollution is so much high. Everywhere there is concrete buildings has become big way and it is creating hell for all of us. That's what is happening, and that's why you can see. I heard that in December, in 27 years, Delhi में इतना बारिश नहीं था, इतना बारिश था. 27 years, last 27 years, especially in December, you don't get rain. It was cold, and it should be cold, but heavy rains were there in Delhi. So because of the climatic change, everything is happening. So those places, because they were all ruled by pious king, Raja Rishi. So we talk about the Raja Rishi later. So it is very important how much austerity this Dhruva Maharaj is there. Bhagavatam says that immediately he listened to his mother. He said, I will go to the forest and I will pray. वो गया देखा और नारद मुनि आया. नारद मुनि उससे पूछा, अब तो 5 साल है, वो यार टेकिंग इट टू योर हार्ट, जस्ट इग्नोर, क्षत्रिय ब्लड तो छोड़ दो, जाके घर जाके खेलो और एंजॉय करो और पढ़ो. इसके अब फॉरेस्ट में आके कृष्णा का जप करना ये आपका तरीका नहीं है. आपको तो एज भी नहीं है. दिस इज नॉट एज. So that's why we have to understand Prabhuji's and Mataji's that we have to cultivate Krishna consciousness from the child. Please, please, please. ये बहुत जरूरी है. So that they will be protected wherever they go. Wherever they go. I will tell you there are one devotee in Abu Dhabi. The child was, both the children were brought in Krishna consciousness. They are in Canada. The sister and brother both. One is studying CPA, another one is studying some other course. But both are protected by Krishna. Even though father mother is in Abu Dhabi, the children are in Canada. They can be exposed to all the nonsense, but they are continuing the devotions. See the beauty of how Krishna gives protection to the devotees. So इसलिए तो बहुत जरूरी है. Krishna consciousness should be given at the young age. Kaumaram acharet prajna. Prahlad Maharaj says 761 of Bhagavatam that Kaumaram is when the child is very young, we should give Bhagavatam. Please, Prabhuji's mother is. मैं विनती करता हूँ, कृष्णा कॉन्शियस तो जरूरी देना है बच्चों को, जरूर देना है. प्लीज डोंट एवर टेल दैट अभी बच्चा है, छोटा बच्चा है, नहीं, यंग एज में दे दो, so that they will see. And then there is one our devotee Usha Mataji who is in Abu Dhabi, a child, Narahari. Whenever the kirtan starts, whenever he becomes, he dances. छोटा बच्चा, 1 साल का बच्चा है, देखो, because he was brought up in Krishna conscious atmosphere. ये बहुत जरूरी है. And Dhruva Maharaj was brought up in Krishna conscious atmosphere by Suniti Mata. And that is the beauty. And then she said, okay, go. And therefore, he went to the forest. Because Krishna consciousness was in his blood. And Narada Muni tried to prevent him. बच्चा अभी 5 साल का बच्चा है, अभी तो क्या लेना है देना है, अभी तो उस फॉरेस्ट में तपस करना का जरूरत नहीं है, ऐसा बोला. बट फिर भी क्षत्रिय बोला, नारद मुनि को बोला, महाराज please give me direction how to meditate on Krishna. My objective is to meditate on Krishna. My objective is to achieve, which is not achieved with my father. I don't want anything else. Please don't tell me that I am bacha or all these things. I want to do devotion. He was determined. And he said, I am a Kshatriya. I am Kshatriya by blood. So I have to do this penance. I have to take revenge, not against them, but I have to prove that I deserve. So I want Krishna, I want to ask Krishna, because Krishna will give me that. So he went and prayed. And then how much of austerity? ये austerity आप तो सोच नहीं सकता. Prabhuji's Mataji's. First month, every third day, he ate fruits and berries. Second month, every sixth day, he ate leaves and plants. Third month, every ninth day, he drank water only. Fourth month, on 12th day, he inhaled air only once. Fifth month, he stopped breathing. देखो, and sixth month, he had the darshan of the Lord. So, इतना तपस किया. बिना तपस से कुछ नहीं होता. Austerity should be. So, it is very important, Prabhuji. The biggest austerity our Maharaj says to tolerate each other. We have to tolerate our mother-in-law. We have to tolerate our brother-in-law. We have to tolerate our sister-in-law. We have to tolerate our husband. We have to tolerate our children. Tolerate, tolerate, tolerate. This is the only slogan we have to adopt from the pages of the Bhagavatam. इसका कोई तरीका नहीं. Shaishnuna should be Taro Rabi Shaishnuna. And that's what, no? More than a tree, we have to tolerate. Just like the tree is cut, but still it is being protected by the Lord. So Prabhuji's Matajis and devotees, Matajis, Prabhuji's and Matajis, we have to understand. Tolerance is a single word. Whole life we have to be tolerant. There is no other go, there is no other go, there is no other go. Because we have to tolerate. And that's what happened in the case, So he was so much austerity. It is required. We have to tolerate each other. And the Maharaj says to tolerate each other is biggest austerity. So, and austerity is very, very important, One of our godbrothers, he is the senior disciple of Maharaj, वो उसको महाराज बोला है, सो आपको तो प्रोजेक्ट है इस्कॉन द्वारका और इस्कॉन राजकोट, ये दोनों प्रोजेक्ट में आपको संभालना है. यही है उनका मायापुर, यही उनका वृंदावन. Please don't go to Vrindavan and Mayapur. Mayapur he has to go because he was a GBC member. So he says, as a GBC member, you go. Because you are one of the GBC members, you have to go because for meetings. But Vrindavan, you should not go for any pilgrimage. You should go only for business. Okay. He didn't go for any. He couldn't take his family. He was going alone. Vrindavan, some meeting is there, he will go. But he will not go all around Govardhan and all. He'll go to the meeting and come back. कितना साल है? From 2019, 88 he took initiation. Up to 2019, till the time Rajkot project was over, he was doing the austerity. He was not going to Vrindavan. 2019, the temple project is over, then he started going along with his family. How much austerity? Because he was obedient to his children. And because austerity means we have to do some Mangalarti karna hai morning. Mangalarti आज नहीं है, आज छुट्टी लेंगे, आज संडे है, छुट्टी लेंगे, आज तो मंगलारती करने का जरूरत नहीं है. Daily meeting with Bhagavatam and chanting. This for you, Prabhuji and Mataji. Don't miss this appointment. This appointment will not come again in the next life. Because this appointment is given by Varun Pant, Shyam Chandra Prabhu, opportunity for you to associate with the devotees and chant the holy names. Because you will not get this association. Austerity is very, very important, Prabhuji and Mataji. Austerity is very, very important. And biggest austerity, Prabhuji, Mataji, we have to understand is to study Prabhupada books. Prabhupada books, Padna, both, so. And it is not just reading. Please don't read casually Bhagavatam. It is not casual reading. It is study. Takshun one, Supatan. Patan means study. Supatan means with careful study. And that is what is required. That is what is required. So this is very important for this. For example, I will tell you how to study also. I will tell you. I will tell you an example, to understand. We are discussing this verse. In the second verse, the first verse is the description of the palace. The second verse, Uttanapada Raja Rishi. He is called as Raja Rishi. Why is he called Raja Rishi? That is very important for us. Okay? So, Uttanapada Raja Rishi. He is called a Raja Rishi. Why is he called Raja Rishi? That's what very, very important. Uttanapada Raja Rishi. Why is he called Saintly King? He has thrown out Draupadi. Sorry. He has thrown out Dhruva. उसको तो ध्रुवा को वो फेंक रहे हैं, वो कौन है, सुनीति माता, and he didn't stop it, and then Suniti Mata को put in some other palace, She was not staying with Uttanapada. So he was not looking at her at all. She completely disregarded her. So this is how, but how come he became a Raja Rishi? That's what we have to understand. So in 4965, Bhagavatam is glorifying. Maitreya Muni is glorifying as Raja Rishi. What basis? That's why we have to go back to, we have to read the previous chapter, 4865. 4865, if you see, he senses the sun goes to the forest and he goes and meditates. The moment the son goes, Dhruva was very, the Uttanapada, his son, 5-year-old son, naturally, affection towards his father, if affection towards his son is natural. And then he was regretting and he was lamenting. वो तो इतना उतना रो रहा था, उतना मन में इतना दर्द था, मेरा छोटा बच्चा को मैं संभाल नहीं कर सकता, गोद में बेच नहीं सकता, ये सुरुचि की वजह से ऐसा हुआ, ये इसमें तो मैं तो अपना शमशुद्दीन गोरा एंटैंगलमेंट हो गया मेरा उनके साथ. सो आई एम एंटैंगल्ड विद माय वाइफ सुरुचि. देखो मैं क्या किया. एंड देन ही सेज आई एम वेरी मच एडिक्ट. 4865 Madadi. 4865 previous verse. 4865 he says 4865 he says सुतो में बालको ब्रह्मन् श्रेण येन कारुणात्मनः निर्विशद पंचवर्षः सह मात्रा महान कविः. He says, he says, king replied, and Narada Muni comes back, and then he laments. And Narada Muni asks, why you are lamenting? Then he tells like that, oh, best of the Brahmanas, I am very much addicted to my wife, and I am so fallen that I have abandoned all misbehavior. Even to my son, who is only 5 years old, I have banished him with his mother, though he is a great soul and a great. So he is feeling. And then he says in the next verse, 4866, he says, Api anatam mane brahman mas madayanti advakan mrugaha shantam sayanam kroditim parimana mugambujam. My dear Brahmana, the face of my son was like a lotus flower. I'm thinking of his precarious condition. He's unprotected and might be very hungry. He might have been slain down from the forest. The wolves would have attacked his body. And then he says, third 67th verse, Aho me bhatadau dhatmyam srir jitajaparayah ye angam premanu krukos antam nabayantam asattamaha. Alas, see how I was conquered by my wife. Just imagine my cruelty. Out of love and affection, the boy was trying to get him out of my lap, but I did not receive it. Nor did I even pat him for a moment. Just imagine how hard-hearted. So, इसलिए ये 3 वर्सेस में Uttanapada is regretting. He is a devotee. Devotee's father, naturally he is a devotee. उसको तो मन में इतना दर्द हो रहा है, मैं उसको तो बेच दिया फॉरेस्ट, बट क्या होगा उसको, उसको कौन संभालेगा. उसका मन प्यार है ना, फादर एंड सन का प्यार. देखो इसकी वजह से ऐसा बोल रहे हैं. सो बिकॉज ही वाज लैमेंटिंग, बिकॉज आतप्यमान, he was repenting, he was feeling sad that I have done injustice to my son. He immediately feels sorry. Okay, he has done the mistake, but he feels sorry. यही बहुत जरूरी है प्रभु जी से मदद. आतप्यमान हृदये अवसितम नमामि. So he is lamenting for whatever action. Atapyamana means the repentant heart comes, Krishna comes and occupies. And then Narada Muni was also there. He was purified by the association of Narada Muni. And he regrets and he cries before Narada Muni that I have done a blunder. So this is what we have to do as Prabhuji's and Mataji's. We may do a lot of mistakes in devotional service. We may do a lot of blunders. गलती बहुत करते हैं, गलती इतना खतरनाक गलती भी हम करते हैं. इसलिए हम तो सोचना है, अब तो रिपेंट करना है कृष्णा का, ये काम नहीं करने का, मैं कभी नहीं करने का. You have done the misbehavior, but don't repeat it again. And that is very important. Prabhuji's Mataji's. This is very, 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 very important for us in the devotional service. So this he regrets, and that's why he is called Rajarishi, saintly king, because he regrets for his mistake. Nowadays, nobody regrets. No, see what has happened in Chennai. The same thing. What has happened in Calcutta in August. एक लड़की को they have done some wrong things to them. So if she was raped in Calcutta, a big case came in Supreme Court. Same thing happened in Chennai, in Gindi Anna University. A girl, child, was raped by a person who is attached to the DMK party, who is running the government. The DMK party is running the government, and he has got connection with the minister. Okay, and then they try to protect. The police trying to protect the person, and they're trying to blame the girl. Can you imagine? And then when the High Court took the decision and they blamed the government completely, blasted the government today. You are unfit to rule and you are unfit to deal with the case. And I'm going to give some 3 special investigation team. देखो, responsibility नहीं लेते हैं. They don't feel regret that a child has been spoiled, a girl has been raped. Nobody bothers. The chief minister doesn't feel guilty because he doesn't care. He cares only for his money. See, current situation like that. Even Mamta did not resign. The Stalin will not resign. DMK. He has done. He should feel sorry. The FIR was nonsense, and the advocate, the judges were so unhappy. They took suo moto. They took the case on their own, and they took the decision. And they asked to give 25 lakhs compensation to the girl, and they said no money should be collected for her for a fees. So the government, the court has to interfere to solve the problems. So much, there is no question of regret or repentance now. All these current political leaders, there is no repentance. Prabhuji's, Mataji's. So, वो दिन में ऐसा नहीं है. उताना पादा को इतना दर्द हो रहा, दिल में इतना दर्द है, देखो. So, मन में तो इतना है वो, में actually दिल from the heart. He doesn't want to send his son out, but he was forced by his step by Suruchi. So he did that with an intention. So please, Prabhuji's mother, we have to understand that we have to feel repentant. Repentant is very, 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 very important. We may do mistakes in the devotional service. We may offend the devotees. Please ask for forgiveness, and that is very important, Prabhuji's mother. So he regrets, and that's why he's called a Rajarishi. See, ऐसा हम पढ़ना है. So ये राजा ऋषि बोल रहे हैं. क्यों राजा ऋषि बोल रहे हैं? So इसलिए पिछला चैप्टर 48, 65, 66, 67 वो रिजल्ट बताएगा. ऐसा पढ़ना, स्टडी, डोंट रीड, जस्ट रीड. ऑस्टेरिटी, प्लीज प्रभुजी से मदद. भागवतम पढ़ना जरूरी है, चैतन्य चरितामृत पढ़ना जरूरी है, भगवद गीता पढ़ना जरूरी है. ये तो ऑस्टेरिटी है. सो वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू डू ऑस्टियर लाइक ध्रुव महाराज. हम तो नहीं कर सकते. कैन यू बी विदाउट फूड? नो. अभी तो 8 बज रहे हैं. हमको 1 घंटा के बाद मेरे को चाहिए कुछ, ये चाहिए, वो चाहिए, we eat something, and then can we fast for 1 day? We cannot do. Even एकादशी डे हम तो वेट कर रहे हैं, कल कब आएगा, कल हम कब प्रसादम खाएगा, कब ग्रेप्स खाएगा, ऐसा सोचते हैं. हमारा मन में ऐसा ही है. But here he did the austerity, so we cannot do that austerity. ध्रुव महाराज का austerity हम नहीं कर सकते. But austerity is a must. We have to do austerity. And that is very, very important. Austerity in devotional service is a must. Without austerity, we cannot. We will see what Krishna said, what Prabhupada has done, what Maharaj has done, what Gopal Krishna Maharaj has done. Those people are austere. Without austerity, they cannot become sannyasis. Very important. And then we cannot become devotees. Yeah? One day I will wake up at 7:30, one day 9:30, Sunday तो मजा करेंगे. ऐसा सोच के हम कृष्णा कॉन्शियस बनेंगे तो कृष्णा कैसे मिलेगा? How will Krishna will reciprocate? He will not reciprocate. Prabhuji से मत. कृष्णा, हम कृष्णा प्रेम चाहिए, कृष्णा प्रेम चाहिए, कृष्णा प्रेम चाहिए, कृष्णा प्रेम कैसे मिलेगा? बिना austerity कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. Even the material world, you have to work hard to get something. You have to work hard. Nothing is coming free in this material. To work hard, you cannot get the money. I used to go morning 6:30 to office and come back at 9 o'clock in the night. उसकी वजह से पैसा बना है. ऐसा थोड़ी पैसा बना सकता है. So इसलिए प्रभुजी मदद से मैं विनती करता हूँ, austerity to be done. Please read Prabhupada books like this. See, राजा ऋषि बोल रहा है, क्यों बोल रहा है ऐसा? So इसके तो पीछे जाना है, क्यों ऐसा हो रहा है? So ध्रुव महाराज को इतना ग्लोरीफाई कर रहा है, प्योर डिवोटी हो गया. कैसे प्योर डिवोटी हो गया? उसके वजह से वो उसका मदर उसको बोल रहा है, don't think inauspicious for Suruchi and Uttama who has pushed you. प्लीज डोंट थिंक इनऑस्पिटली। उसके वजह से उसको बड़ा डिवोटी बना, उसके वजह से कृष्णा दर्शन दिया, उसके वजह से नारद मुनि आया। ऐसे टुक हिम एज अ डिसाइपल, ऐसा थोड़ी नहीं है। सो इसका बात सोचना है, क्यों ऐसा हुआ, क्यों क्यों, व्हाई, व्हाट, एवरी वर्ड हैज गॉट मीनिंग फ्रॉम भागवत। ये स्टडी करना है प्रभु जी माता जी से। मैं विनती करता हूं, मैं आपका पांव पड़ता हूं, प्लीज प्लीज प्लीज, दिस इज द वे टू अंडरस्टैंड एंड रियलाइज। रियलाइज करना हमको कैसे ये जिंदगी में बोल रहा है प्रभु जी इतना बात करते हैं, अब तो प्रैक्टिस करते हैं नहीं, कोशिश नहीं, कोशिश कर रहे हैं, बट फिर भी कौन सा जन्म में करूंगा पता नहीं, बट भी, बट मन में है अभी, ये करना है मन में है, कब वो इंप्लीमेंट करेंगे मालूम नहीं है। अब कृष्णा का कृपा होना चाहिए और मेरा प्रयत्न भी चाहिए। आई हैव टू पुट एंडेवर एंड देन कम्स कृष्णा's mercy, but we have to practice Prabhuji's mercy. It is very important for this. Austerity is inevitable. See the austerity of Prabhupada. प्रभुपाद एक दिन था, वो कलकत्ता में था और मायापुर का लैंड खरीदने के लिए भेजा है तमाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी महाराज and some other disciples both went to finish the land deal in Mayapur because they want to build a big temple, Chandradaya Mandir has to come. So Prabhupada sent them around morning he said, then he was waiting. 7 बजे हो गया, 8 बजे हो गया, and then somebody want to give prasadam. Prabhupada, I will not take any prasadam till I get the news. उस प्रसादम शाम को प्रसादम नहीं खाया, he didn't take any prasadam. He was fasting, waiting. 10 o'clock हो गया, 11 o'clock हो गया, 1 o'clock हो गया, 2 o'clock, 2:30 तमाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी की. And then Prabhupada disciples said, Prabhupada, आप तो इतना old person है, you should take rest. Then तमाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी, I will wake you. No, I'm waiting. This is the austerity, Prabhupada. Prabhupada का austerity देखो, And then he waited 2 o'clock, 2:30 he came and he gave the news that we have acquired the land. Prabhupada, we got the land. Then he took prasadam, little prasadam, and he slept. And then 4 o'clock he was ready for Mangala. आज उसके बाद ट्रांसक्रिप्शन करना है. भागवत 2 घंटा सोया, 2 घंटा, and he was traveled 14 times. What is his age? It's not 30, 40, उसका उम्र था 70, 75. देखो उसको ट्रैवल करता, 14 times he was traveling. One time he was coming from, I think from America to New Zealand. Time zone both difference है, almost 16, 18 hours difference. So he came to New Zealand. New Zealand आया, New Zealand आके ऑकलैंड में आया, ऑकलैंड में आके he came around night 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. He slept and he woke up at 2 o'clock and started dictating. And then 4:30 he was ready for Mangalarati. And 7 o'clock he was ready for sleep. And he was seeing all the disciples are sleeping. And all the disciples came and spoke to Prabhupada. Prabhupada, आपको तो jet lag नहीं है? Jet lag का मतलब क्या है? Because we are coming in 2 time zones, definitely we will sleep. Prabhupada, jet lag का बारे में मेरे को मालूम नहीं. This is austerity. And therefore, Prabhuji's Mataji, without austerity, we cannot get anything. तपस करना बहुत जरूरी है, वो बहुत बहुत important. One time our Maharaj was there in Rajkot, उसका दिन तो 28 January 2007, उसका तो दिन तो राजकोट का रथ यात्रा था. रथ यात्रा हो गया 2007 में. सो पहले तो रथ यात्रा कौन सा दिन भी कर सकते हैं. सो 2007 में रथ यात्रा हो गया, रात को आया महाराज. Maharaj, he came in the car, he couldn't walk, so he came in the car for 3-4 hours and he reached around 10 o'clock the night, but the rath reached around 12. So Maharaj was waiting, and then devotee said, hey, Maharaj, please take prasadam. Maharaj said, let the rath come, then I will take prasadam. When the rath come and the devotees took prasadam, Maharaj took the prasadam after the devotees took. It was around 12 o'clock. Maharaj was about to take the prasadam. At that time, what happened? 12:15. One of the god brothers, my god brother, came and he was telling about his daughter. उसके बारे में बता रहा है, ये तो भगवद गीता पढ़ रहे हैं, श्लोक पढ़ रहे हैं, वर्सेस नहीं पढ़ रहे हैं, ट्रांसलेशन नहीं पढ़ रहे हैं, इसको तो प्रॉब्लम है, क्या करूंगा, ऐसा कंप्लेन किया. महाराज बोला, and then the senior disciple was telling, please take prasadam and then discuss. Prabhupada said, Maharaj said, please wait. It was 12 o'clock in the night. Maharaj was teaching Bhagavad Gita with so much of enthusiasm. He was doing austere. That austerity, he doesn't want to take prasadam, but he wants to preach Krishna consciousness. And then he told how to recite the translation also. I will tell you very nicely. Please hear that. So this is Bhagavad Gita 10.8. Ham sarvasya prabho मत्तः सर्वं प्रवर्तते इति मत्वा भजन्ते वा उदाभाव समन्वितः. 10th chapter 8th verse, उसको तो translation Maharaj was teaching. See how Maharaj, the child was just 6-7 years old. Maharaj wants to teach how to memorize the translation. Maharaj said, don't worry, I will teach you the way to memorize. He spoke the verse, the translation in a different tune. He put in a different chandas. He said, I am the source of all material and spiritual world. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotion and service and worship me with all their hearts. See, I am the source of all material and spiritual world. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotion service and worship me with all their hearts. He was singing the translation as a song to the child without considering his food, his hunger in the stomach. This is austerity. And then he is converting the translation into a song for the sake of the child. See how the devotees, they are so austere. And then now I will tell about Gopal Krishna Maharaj. One time in the Vyasa Puja in Abu Dhabi, I was hearing Gopal Maharaj was traveling from Russia or somewhere. It was late in the night. He reached around 12 o'clock in the night. And Maharaj said, let us go to Vrindavan. Maharaj wants to go to Vrindavan. He went to Vrindavan. He reached around 2:30, 2.5 hours, 3 hours, Delhi to Vrindavan, 3 hours. In the night, it is faster because the traffic is not there. Maharaj said, let us go now. दो बार में जाएंगे तो बहुत भीड़ हो जाएगा, ट्रैफिक जैम होगा, 4-5 hours हो जाएगा. So let us go in the early morning. He reached Vrindavan at 3 o'clock. And all the disciples went to sleep. Maharaj, 4:30 in the morning, 4:15 in the morning, 4:15 baje, he was in the altar to do the arati. That is austerity. That is austerity. That is a pure devotee. Without austerity, कुछ नहीं निकलेगा. So ध्रुव महाराज का austerity तो नहीं कर सकता है. हम तो थोड़ा ये हमारे सामने है, ये लोग हमारे सामने, they were living in this material world. Maharaj left only maybe 1 year back. So Maharaj left now only recently. So how much of austerity? And he was very old. He was 70, 75. Can you imagine? At this old age, this much of austerity. Can you imagine how much of austerity they did? And Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj, वो तो preach करा, वो तो दुनिया में नहीं है. He has already left the body. He was preaching in Russia. He was sleeping in ice cold temperature to distribute books. Can you imagine? That much of austerity. We don't want to do that much of austerity. At least you wear all the sweaters and sell the books. If Gopal Krishna Maharaj wants to sell the books, please do book distribution. That is heart and soul of him. That is the penance we have to do for him. And we have to read Bhagavadham. Suppose if you distribute the books, you must know what is in it. You should tell Dhruva Maharaj. You should tell this past time how Dhruva Maharaj behaved, how Uttanapada behaved, how is a Rajarishi, how Suniti Mata behaved as a mother, how a mother should behave, how a father should behave, how a son should behave. This is the family life. This is Bhagavatam practical, down to earth. I am not speaking in the air. Correct? It's a practical thing which is speaking. I am not speaking in the air. This is so practical, Prabhuji's mother is. This is what we have to understand. And then Bhagavatam says, Prabhupada, Brahma is the best example. What austerity did Brahma? Brahma's austerity is uncomparable, Prabhuji. Brahma's austerity is uncomparable. Brahma was born from the lotus flower and it was surrounded by, in the causal ocean, and it was big waves and it was big dark. And then he heard the word, tapa, and then he was asked to meditate, tapas. He did the tapas. Uska to association nahi hai. Hamara to weekly, daily association hai. Daily chanting is there. And why don't we go to the association? We want to sleep in the lap of Maya. Enjoy करेंगे, मजा करेंगे, जिंदगी में बाद में देखेंगे, 60 के बाद देखेंगे. मैं तो ऐसा सोचा है, भागवतम बाद में पढ़ूंगा. अभी तो पढ़ने का नहीं आता. वो तो प्रैक्टिस नहीं किया भागवतम पढ़ने का. I didn't do the practice when I was young. Now I'm suffering. I'm not able to read 2-3 hours, 4 hours. प्रैक्टिस नहीं किया. Even वो 1 घंटा पढ़ने का तो मन नहीं. वो तो दर्द होता है, ये होता है, ये तो practice. So please, you are all young people. Young people, please open Bhagavatam now. ये austerity करना है आपको जरूरी है. Distribute books. For distributing books, they will tell you what is in the book. You must know what it is. You are distributing Bhagavatam said. You should tell what are all these characters. We should know inside out. प्रभु जी से मदद से अब तो इतना साल हो गया है भागवतम पढ़ना है बहुत जरूरी है प्लीज विनती करता हूं मैं पाव पढ़ता हूं प्लीज प्रभु जी से मदद यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस ओके इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट ऑस्टेरिटी एंड ब्रह्मा was there is no association but he was doing the tapas we are not telling you to do tapas separately ऐसा ध्रुव महाराज जैसा नहीं कर सकते नहीं कर सकता है नहीं करना है हमारा तपस एसोसिएशन this is the tapas. We have to sacrifice our material things and come in the morning. No? 4:30 in the morning, we have to come. This is the tapas. And this tapas we must do. We should not say, I don't want to do it. I want to enjoy Sunday. आज जो संडे है, so संडे एंजॉय करेंगे, मजा करेंगे, अगले जन्म में देखेंगे, अगले जन्म में तो ह्यूमन फॉर्म मिलेगा नहीं मिलेगा वो तो जरूरी नहीं है कृष्णा को तो ऊपर है कर्मणा देव नेत्र जंतु देहो पत्ती है कृष्णा विल डिसाइड व्हाट बॉडी यू आर गोइंग टू टेक यू नो अब तो अपॉर्चुनिटी दिया डिवोटी बनाया चैंटिंग कर रहे हैं भागवतम नहीं पढ़ रहे ऑस्टेरिटी नहीं कर रहे चैंटिंग नहीं कर रहे उसका केस है हम ह्यूमन फॉर्म देंगे कृष्णा तो सोचेगा ना कृष्णा सोचेगा उसके बाद कितना डिवोटी है उसके बाद में सोचे आपके बारे में सोचेगा वो ये तो मजा करने के लिए लेट मजा करो लेट हिम स्लीप नो लेट हिम बिकम कुंभकर्ण लेट हिम बिकम अ पोलर बेयर लेट हिम स्लीप इन रशिया एज अ पोलर बेयर फॉर 6 months तो ऐसे सोचते तो इसलिए प्रभु जी ऑस्टेरिटी इज not part of devotional service. It is the heart of devotion. Heart means हृदय बिना हृदय से हम जी नहीं सकता. So without austerity, you cannot survive it. And that's what Bhagavatam tells. When tapas was done by Brahma, Krishna appeared and then he glorifies Brahma. He says, "O sinless Brahma," he says in 2:9-23, "Pratyadishtam maya tatra त्वयि कर्म विमोहिते तपो मे हृदयं साक्षात् आत्माकं तपसो नगा." O sinless Brahmana, you may know that from me. I was the first ordered you to undergo penance. When you perplex you do such penance is my heart and soul. Hridayam Shaksha. Austerity. बिना austerity से कृष्णा ने दर्शन दिया ध्रुवा को. ओके अब तो बिना austerity से हम तो क्या सोच रहे हैं थोड़ा सा चैंटिंग करूं थोड़ा सा भागवतम पढ़ो थोड़ा बुक करो ये रॉटन लेमन है ना रॉटन लेमन लेमन तो रॉटन है ना नींबू नींबू इतना घटिया नींबू कृष्णा का ऑफर करके मेरे को गोलोक वृंदावन चाहिए वैकुंठ प्राप्ति चाहिए वैकुंठ का वो विमान हमको आना है हमको लेके जाना है ऐसा सोचते हैं ऐसा ऐसा थोड़ी हो सकता है ऐसा थोड़ी नहीं हो सकता प्रभु जी प्लीज 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 ऐसा इतना आसान नहीं प्लीज इसका प्रयत्न करना है इसमें बिना मेहनत से पैसा नहीं बैंक में क्रेडिट नहीं होता सैलरी करेक्ट और नॉट प्रभु जी मदद उसको इसके लिए ये भगवत भागवतम ये ब्रह्म ये भागवत मार्गम के लिए जा रहे हैं उसको तो प्रयत्न करना बहुत जरूरी चैंटिंग करना बहुत जरूरी है पढ़ना जरूरी है देखो कितना तपस किया प्रभुपाद इतना तपस किया गोपाल कृष्ण महाराज इतना तपस किया तमाल कृष्ण प्रसाद महाराज इतना तपस कर रहे हैं राधानाथ महाराज इतना तपस कर रहे हैं जयप्रकाश महाराज उसका तो सब बात चेंज है किडनी चेंज है लंग्स चेंज है सब कुछ चेंज है उसको भी प्रीच करने के लिए इधर उधर किधर भी जा रहे हैं वो मना कर रहे हैं डॉक्टर्स अब तो नहीं जाना अब तो मर जाएंगे नहीं मैं प्रीच करूंगा जब तक मेरा सांस है मैं प्रीच करूंगा देखो इतना मेहनत कर रहे हैं प्लीज प्रभु जी माता जी this is very important that we have to do austerity without austerity then nothing is achieved you know Maharaj took prasadam our Maharaj took prasadam at 1:30 the night and then he woke up at 4:30 and we also spoke to us all of us and the next day morning Mangalarti 4:30 mein वापस आए so it is very important Prabhu this matter you know and then you see what did Dhruva Maharaj has become so great not only because of that he became great because after the tapas is over darshan ho gaya वापस आके सुनीता माता को he took he fell at the feet of Suniti Mata and then Suniti Mata said please go and take feet of Suruchi Mata देखो सुरुचि माता इतना घटिया गाली दिया और उसके पाप पड़ता है देखो इसके वजह से ध्रुव महाराज is powerful and then what did Krishna do Krishna did not spare the offense done by Suruchi and Uttama and what she did he killed Uttama by Rakshasas and then she was killed in the forest fire. Krishna did not take the offense so lightly. They were killed. So that's why we have to be very, very careful. Vaishnava अपराध नहीं करने का. वैष्णव अपराध so देखो ये उतना बात वैष्णव अपराध किया है ध्रुव महाराज को, but Krishna protected him Raja because he immediately repented. So इसलिए immediately we should repent, Prabhuji. We should go ask for forgiveness. If you have insulted a devotee Vaishnava, please go and ask forgiveness. Nothing is going to be lost. I'm telling you. And then what has happened? I insulted some devotee before, some argument for some reasons I had. And then in 2012, we had a big argument with my god brother. And then I asked for forgiveness now. He said, don't do it. You did it for Krishna's purpose. With the purpose only you did. You didn't offend me. And he said, sorry for that. See, we have to ask forgiveness. And my mind is relieved now. Okay, I have done before my death. I have asked for repentance. I asked for apology. I have given my apology to my god brother. Please, Prabhuji's Mataji's, don't carry whatever in our heart. It's very important. Please clear, especially Vaishnava अपराध दो मत करो. बहुत dangerous है. ये आपको सर्वनाश करेगा. सर्वनाश. Please, Prabhuji's Mataji is very important. You should ask for forgiveness. And that is very important, Prabhuji's Mataji. And देखो कैसे ध्रुव महाराज behave किया is very important, you know. And then what has happened? You see, he was very happy. And here one point, this Dhruva Maharaj, Uttanapada is very happy. Uttanapada is very happy because behavior of his Dhruva, his son. He was very happy with his son. Bhagavadham prepede. Prepede means he was very satisfied. So it is a duty. Our father, mother, we should not ignore them. Please don't ignore them. They are old people. They are not chanting Krishna's name. Don't do that. If they want coffee, chai, they do. Don't force them to become Krishna conscious. Because at that age, they may not accept. Because they are going in one path. But at least take care of them nicely. Please don't let them down. I am buying coffee powder for my father and mother. I am buying coffee powder for my mother-in-law. I am not telling them to stop it. They have to do it voluntarily. My aunt, she was taking coffee. But Krishna had some problems in her stomach. And the doctor told you should not take coffee. She stopped the coffee automatically. So that will happen, but we should not force. But we have to take care of the parents and satisfy them. And our biggest father is our spiritual master. उसको कैसे satisfy करना बहुत जरूरी है. And once the spiritual master is satisfied, Krishna is satisfied. ऐसा प्रसादात भगवत प्रसाद, ऐसा अप्रसादात नकदी गुतो. If the spiritual master is satisfied, Krishna is satisfied. So spiritual master is our father, and therefore we have to satisfy him. And for whatever he wants, we have to do. Gopal Krishna Maharaj, Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, Jayapata Goswami Maharaj, Radhanath Maharaj, doesn't matter. Whatever they wanted, we should. They wanted Bhagavatam, please give Bhagavatam. They wanted to distribute books, distribute books. Please give them whatever the pulse of the spiritual master, and that should be the goal. And that's why Dhruva Maharaj got the mercy. He lived for 36,000 years. Strong rule. Nobody could challenge him now. Because of the mercy of his own father, who was not a devotee, who became a devotee. Because of the association with Dhruva Maharaj. And because of Dhruva Maharaj's behavior, he became a devotee. And he was regretting. So this is how we should satisfy. Prapede. Prapede means, and he is very happy. And therefore it's our duty to serve our spiritual master and satisfy him. That should be our goal of life. Because spiritual master, Bhagavatam says 29:52 of Bhagavatam, 52 or 53. Purport says that the super soul is the external manifestation of spiritual master. The spiritual master is the external manifestation of the super soul. The super soul and spiritual master are not different. And that's what Prabhupada has confirmed from the pages of the Bhagavatam. 4:29:52. When you have time, please read 4:29:48, 49:50, 51. How to serve the spiritual master. How the spiritual master goal is our goal. And we should be the mission of the spiritual master. And that is the only way to satisfy him. And if he is satisfied, Prabhupada, then Krishna will be satisfied. Okay? These two verses, these are all very instructive verses. How to behave like Dhruva, how to be like Suniti Mata, how to repent for the mistake by Uttanapada, and even Sunichi also repents. But our Krishna doesn't pardon her. But see, oh, Krishna reciprocates. And that's the way. And how much austerity our spiritual master Prabhupada has done. And we have to do in a little way. And our biggest austerity is to study Bhagavatam. Because that is my humble request. Hare Krishna. Bhagavatam Grantaraj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai. Sai Gaura Premanande. Hare Hare Bol. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji and Mataji. Please forgive me for any offenses. If I have told anything wrong, offended you, please forgive me, Prabhuji. Please forgive me. Vansha kalpatarupesya, kripa sindhu bhevcha, patitana pavanebhyo, vaishnavebhyo namo. Hare Krishna. Any questions, clarification, please. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji, Vinitra Mataji, Varun Pad Prabhu. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Sham Sundar Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranams.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranams. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the session. Any devotee has any question, they can unmute and ask. Prabhuji, you are on mute.
No, I'm not in mute, Mataji. I'm open.
Prabhuji. Varun Prabhu.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
Yes, Prabhu.
प्रभु जी, मुझे सुबह ड्यूटी जाना रहता है 7 बजे, तो मैं सोचता हूँ मैं चैंटिंग अपनी कंप्लीट करके जाऊँ, तो डेली मतलब चैंट करके जाता हूँ 16 राउंड। और इस बीच में 6:10 से 7 बजे तक मतलब साथ में वो हियरिंग भी होती रहती है, मतलब सीनियर ड्यूटी और वैष्णव महाराज का चलता रहता है। तो नाम के प्रति अपराध भी मुझे मतलब पता है कि मतलब एक काम ही करना है, या तो चैंटिंग करना है या फिर हियरिंग करना है। तो ये भी मन में आता है कि साधना कंप्लीट नहीं तो दिन भर मतलब फिर बाद में देर हो जाती है, तो इसको कैसे करना चाहिए और कैसे प्रयास करें कि मतलब एक साथ एक ही काम हो, अपराध भी ना हो।
Okay, that is very good. Nama Parad, because we are hearing what the Acharya says, devotee, senior devotee says, and then chanting. Yes, Mahaprabhu, it's a struggle for us. Please try to avoid. And I would say sometimes our mind is not focused on the holy names. हमका हमारा मन में इतना लगन नहीं है. So इसलिए maybe we can hear from the acharyas and chant also simultaneously. But I would not recommend that to be done. Okay, it's an extraordinary circumstances. Please, chanting is a different ball game altogether, where we are connection with Krishna and we should not divert. But हमारा mind ऐसा होता है, mind chanchalam in mana Krishna, pramani balavantratam. So Krishna says, Arjuna says to Krishna, it's very very obstinate, it's turbulent. So अब तो chanting करने के लिए कोशिश करेंगे तो माइंड किधर जाएगा, उधर जाएगा, इधर जाएगा, सब जगह में जाएगा, घूमते रहता है, हमेशा घूमता रहता है, ये दुनिया में घूमता रहता है. सो ये प्रॉब्लम, वो प्रॉब्लम, दूसरा प्रॉब्लम, दैट प्रॉब्लम, दिस प्रॉब्लम, टुडे ऑफिस प्रॉब्लम, so many problems. But try to chant, as many. Suppose you cannot chant the whole rounds with attention, try to chant half an hour with attention, and then half an hour maybe hearing. Slowly you reduce it. It cannot be reduced immediately. It will take time, because don't do it immediately, because mind will be turbulent. Mind will tell you to go and hear. So you gradually, slowly you should come away from hearing Krishna's. So you hear from the hearing at the same time chanting. Okay? You can try. Okay? Please slowly reduce. Okay, 45 minutes I will hear pravachan and chant. In 15 minutes I will chant with attention. I will not hear anything. And then 30, and then 45, and then 1 hour. Like that we should.
ठीक,
Chanting करना बहुत जरूरी है. With attention. But इतना आसान नहीं है. We have to wait for Krishna Kripa. कब आएगा पता नहीं. But फिर भी we have to chant with attention. Try to chant. Yes. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण, हरे कृष्ण,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Any other devotee has any question, they can unmute and ask, or they can type in the chat box. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा, दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु जी।
Dandavat pranam, Varun Pant Prabhu.
हरे कृष्णा, very nice class प्रभु जी. I'm actually in Dubai and doing morning walk and hearing, so I mean at least I'm getting some association to chant.
Okay, very good, super. You are wearing a big kurta. You look like you are ready for marriage. Like.
Today I'll meet Shamchand Prabhu. I'll try to meet him today.
Yeah, please. Okay, very good. You went officially to Dubai?
No, just family trip. My wife,
Okay.
she wanted to go somewhere.
Okay, very good, super. Very good, super. And you require a change also. Yes. Dubai.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
correct.
especially climate is very good in Dubai. Yes. New Year will be very beautiful. There will be fireworks. New Dubai
Yes, yes,
fireworks will be
fireworks
there.
all around.
Yeah, yeah. It will be very, very excellent. I have attended that when I was in Abu
I
Dhabi.
wonder how you people lived here and continued with your devotional life, because it's so much attractive things are here out there.
Yeah, that's there.
Yeah.
But once in a while we'll
It's
go.
very
We
easy.
don't go every time. Okay. Because we have the commitment to attend a weekly programs, and we have to arrange programs. We have to take the classes. So we cannot say to the devotees, "I'm going to Dubai for fireworks." They will say, "This fellow is not a devotee." So once in a while you are going for you are going for a holiday, you can go. There is no problem. But we have to control.
Yeah, but you you just told now you had to work so hard. Like 6:30 a.m. you will leave and 9 p.m. you will reach back.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. At least the last 4-5 years I was working like that. At least up to 5 o'clock. Morning 6 to evening 5, I have to work. The 6 o'clock travel 1 hour, and then at least 8 to 9 hours working. 10 hours minimum working. Intense working. No discussion, nothing. You will be on the toes all the time. There will be hundreds of emails you have to answer, and phone calls. So many things will come. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Thank you for our association. Thank you very much, Vinitra Mataji, for the opportunity. So, hope to see you, Krishna willing, again when Krishna wants. Okay.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mancha Kalputur Krishna, Kripasindu Patitana Pavnebhyo Vaishnavabhyo
नमो नमः कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, वैष्णव ठाकुर की जय।
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Krishna. Thank you.
इसलिए सज्जन प्रिया प्रभु जी की जय।